It's JMOORE, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. I appreciate everybody for coming through for Snowfall Season 5, Episode 8, First Reaction Review. All right, so we almost done with Season 5 of Snowfall, and this really went by fast. They kicked it off with showing 2 episodes the first night, and it seemed that this is going by super fast. And I have to be honest, as always, it's not living up to the normal Snowfall that a lot of us are used to, in my opinion. I don't think that this season is as good as the other seasons, and I don't think that the show should continue this similar path. From the different things that I've read and seen, I have seen that season 6 will be the last, and I understand why. They're probably going to make it where it's going to be Franklin versus Louis in season 6, so I can see why they would make it the last. But from what I've seen this season, the first episode was pretty good. The second wasn't too bad. And it's been kind of mediocre since. This episode, it started off pretty good. I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. I like this. And then I'm like, damn, when is the wedding over with? Move on. It just seemed like they spent too long with this wedding, this episode. Let Franklin stop tweaking. Let's move on to another day. He's over here making the call. They could have skipped a lot of stuff and had him tweak out, make the call to Teddy, and let's move on. But the whole episode was pretty much one big tweak party, and I don't think it needed to be that much about it. They could have moved the story along. I don't know. What do you guys think about this episode? Do you think the wedding was too long? Put a 1W if you think the wedding was too long. Put a 2W if you liked the pace of this episode. I think they just spent way too much time on this wedding to me. It wasn't moving the story along enough. So, I don't know. We'll see. D Weave, you say facts, Jay, a completely different show. It is. It's just not the same to me. It's not a bad show, but it's not what we were used to seeing. And it's not meeting the expectations of the people that were watching it for years, if that makes sense, you know. Had this been how it was all the time, then expectations would be met. It may not be as popular as it is, who knows, but at least you wouldn't feel like it was a big change. Now I feel like it's a big change and things are different, and I had one expectation coming in, and now it seems that it's something different. So, you know, that's why it feels that way. So, anyway, let's see. What else we got? What's up, D. Renee? How you doing? Appreciate you for coming through. What's up, Christian? How you doing? TP Rojas, hashtag Rojas. What's up? Abundance. This episode was one of them ones. This was a bottle episode. LSD long, TP. It was long. Nisha put the 1W. It was just a long. They spent too much time on this wedding. What's up, Samara? How you doing? You said the wedding was too long too. Abundance. It's the calm before the storm. The last 2 episodes of Snowfall always go brazy. I think the last episode last week was calm. And the week before that, I mean, it's been pretty calm for a majority of this season. Out of 8 episodes, I think it's only been really 3.5 really good episodes. The Tiger King episode was a half of a good one. I mean, it was 3/4 good. So I don't know. Abundance said this episode was fire. Fire? I don't know about fire. D Weave, these urban shows should always have a real street cat in the writer's room as a consultant. I agree 1000%. And I think that should be with any show. Military show, you should have somebody in the military. Love writers or some stuff, all that stuff. It just adds to the authenticity. So I definitely think it should be different. Abundance said, how is it a different show? I mean, it's not about the streets anymore as much as it once was and the drug dealing. It's about this type of inner conflict with Franklin and his girlfriend and his mom. It just ain't the same. And I know he in a different place in life. A whole episode at the wedding. They had a wedding in this show before. I mean, they had somebody try to shoot. They had the girls try to shoot at that wedding or whatever. I mean, they could have had something happen. They could have had this old wannabe hitman try something. I don't know. D. Renee, you say, what the hell's going on with the strawberries? Scully put some of that LSD, that little tweak juice in the chocolate when he was asking her about, is everybody gonna get one? You could tell he was about to do something. So Scully, he spiked the chocolate strawberries. King Callie say Damson Idris put on the acting clinic. I mean, his acting is not bad. I just think they spent a lot of time at this wedding, and it could have moved the story along better. I mean, the first episode started off, and I mean, the beginning of this episode started off with her making the deal with Teddy. But we see later that night, she talking to Jerome in the office, and she saying she made the deal, and they saying, Jerome was saying that the tux is going to be ready in about a few weeks, and that give another week or so before for alterations. So you telling me that you made this deal with Teddy and it's still damn near a month to go, 3 to 4 weeks to go, and you know, Franklin still ain't found out? And y'all sitting here at the wedding and he still don't have a clue? I mean, why did they skip so much time? Or why did they make the deal so far away and then he still don't have a clue? They could have made something happen in between that time. I don't know. So Tammy George says, why Teddy taking pictures at Franklin? So while Franklin was in that house and he went in that bedroom, at first I thought he was tweaking, and the bedroom looked like his old bedroom back at his house where he grew up. But it turns out that he actually did make that phone call and call Teddy and say, I know you think you can't trust me, so you're going to try to kill me, but I'm going to kill you first. Because they showed Teddy coming from the payphone, and he told her Franklin called and said he gonna kill me. So that's when old girl said, so what you gonna do? You know he ain't at his house. So Teddy went and started taking pictures of documents, I guess so that he could set Franklin up, or at least have information on how to catch Franklin slipping if he need to. So I don't know. That was his move he made, and Franklin was tripping. He was high. He went and called and tipped his hand to Teddy, which I don't think he would even try to kill Teddy, and he was just tweaking out. if he realized what he did, maybe he could call and try to make it right, but he probably forgot that he even did it. Abundance said this episode was fire because it was cerebral. It was cerebral, but it was unnecessarily cerebral. The length. That they spent way too much time on it. They could have cut out some of these other scenes, like the two drunk or the two dudes high, Lil Rock and old boy fighting. They could have cut out with, Leon talking about going to Africa and Vietnam. They could have cut out a bunch of this stuff and had, Franklin have his little moment with Rob, have Franklin have his little moment with Teddy, and then move the story along. Let's see what else is happening. Have him talk with Louis, realize it ain't too late, and then we can start to see what's going on with the rest of this episode. I think it just took way too long with what was going on in this episode. It could have been a better episode, but it did become like a filler episode because they spent way too much time on that wedding. It did serve a purpose. I find it hard to believe that they could have been damn near a month that Louis made this deal with Teddy and Franklin don't have any idea. So she ain't needed to re-up. So Teddy ain't told Franklin that he made this deal. Louis ain't told him all this time in a month. When was they going to find out? So I just think that was a wasted opportunity to advance the storyline in a better way. And they just spent a lot of time on this wedding. They could at least try to make it a little more action if that's what they was going to do. But, Armani say the wedding was a way to get all the main characters together before it goes left. That's true, and I ain't tripping about the wedding so much as that they spent way too much time on it. They could have still did that, accomplished that goal, still had the parts where Franklin was tripping, and cut out some of the other stuff and then advance the storyline. Like Veronique, she went to go and talk to Kane, and yet he told her everything was good, but she's still not back with Franklin. And that was what? How long was that? So she went to talk to Kane. Was it around the same time period that Louis made the deal with Teddy? So she still ain't with Franklin. It's been a month or two. So she ain't been staying with this dude for almost a month, 2 months. And she's still tripping. And Franklin is still allowing this to go on. And this just ain't making sense to me. How long is she talking about this ain't going to be like this forever? What? This ain't making sense. So you still worried about being safe? You talked to this dude on your own and he told you it's all good. You think you safer by yourself, but you still want to be all having an entanglement with my business and my money? I don't know, man. I ain't really trusting what's going on with that. So, we'll have to see what happens with her. But I think that was a little something. Yeah, they did do a time jump, but that's the problem. How are you doing a 3-week to 4-week time jump and none of these things are getting answered to solve? So they did a 3 to 4 week time jump from when she made the deal with Teddy to the wedding, and Franklin has no idea that they working together. She ain't need to re-up no product. She'd only re-up what? Every 2-3 months? This ain't, it ain't adding up. Teddy, so Franklin ain't had to do nothing with Teddy, and Teddy ain't told him anything. She's sitting here talking with Kane, and she got out of his own mouth that everything was good, but she's still worried and doesn't want to be there. And Franklin, you know, he ain't got anything to say about that. I don't know, man. I think that they just missed the opportunity with the time jump. Maybe they could have filled some stuff in better. Franklin mama, she just making a huge mess. Why would she decide to work with the Vatos and have them come to the damn wedding and give up everybody in one place? Avi, Louis, Jerome. I mean, everybody. Why would she think that's better? Why is she thinking that going through this route is going to work? If I'm hiring you to kill Teddy, go and shoot Teddy. That's it. You don't need Franklin. You don't need my family. You don't need any of that. What do you need them for in order to put a bullet in Teddy? And she buying into this stuff. I mean, she ruined everything. So, you know, it's crazy. Blatant truth, that's another thing. Also, he should be a little more loyal to Franklin, because in the end, Teddy left his ass hanging, and Franklin the one that saved his life. And him and Franklin was in it together. And Franklin came back for him. Teddy didn't come back for him. But you ain't gonna tell Franklin anything? And Franklin and everybody got you at the party? And this is how you don't say anything? I mean, it's been a whole month? So, I don't know. And Sissy, she ruined everything. It's just only a matter of time. And I'm wondering what Franklin gonna do when he find out his mama pretty much sold him out. It may have been easy for him to pull the trigger on his father if he had to, because they already had a rocky relationship, even though he didn't pull the trigger on his father. I'm just saying it might have been easier if he had to. But this one, this gonna hurt. This gonna destroy him. I don't know. And Sissy didn't have, so Blatant Truth says Sissy had Ruben as the wedding as a waiter. She didn't do that. She gave him all the information, and he found his own way in there. Because when he offered the champagne, she was looking like shocked, like, what the hell is he doing here? And when she was tweaking, that's when she was telling him he need to go. Because she knew something was up, and she thought maybe he drugged everybody. But he didn't. But she didn't get him in the wedding exactly, but because she told him everything that was going down, because he said, I need to know as much information as possible about this wedding, that she pretty much gave him everything he needed so he could infiltrate the wedding. But she definitely is just horrible. And, you know, big mistake on her part for doing that. Yeah, as far as spiking the party, that was Scully when he found out that everybody was going to get a chocolate covered strawberry. He's like, the whole party, everybody going to get one? Oh yeah, I'm about to make they feel that and they hoard. Yeah, they about to see what it's like. I hope they enjoy the wedding present. Straight up. About to put this in here. We bonded for life and in death. Word. So, you know. T-Stamps, did anyone catch when Leon asked Wanda to travel with him and she stated that it was too late? Yeah, she said, now you ask me. Because she didn't necessarily say it was too late, but she like, oh, now you ask me? As in, oh, you wait till you high and tweaking, and now you trying to take me places and do stuff, as if like that was an insult. Because if he was sober, he probably wouldn't do that. And so, yeah, that was kind of hurtful to her, because he been kind of embarrassed to her in a certain kind of way. But then in this another way, he does still care and got love for her. You know, exactly. He was high, and that's why Wanda was upset. So, you know, yeah, blatant truth. She wanted him to ask her something like that when he was sober. That way she knew he really meant it. Yep, that's what I had took from it as well. So, yeah. But Sissy Saint, she really done went too far, and she done gave up the whole kit and caboodle in one fatal blow. And Franklin and Veronique, if I was Franklin, he need to go ahead and just separate from her, man. He need to call it a wrap. It's over. She ain't coming back. And you need to try to figure out custody or something with this kid. You already done made a mistake by telling her too much information. She could go to the police on your ass if she mad. She got the upper hand. It's going to put him in a position where he might even think and consider killing her to avoid going to prison, which is horrible. But she's dragging this out too long, and she knows too much. And I don't know, man. She like dragging him over the coals because she got into one little shootout. If she knew the things he was involved in, I mean, he almost got ate by a tiger. So she need to chill. I mean, he is doing a lot for the family, for her, for the kid. And she playing a dangerous, dangerous game, playing with his emotions, Smokey. You know too damn much. You got my kid. You got all my information. You know everything about my real estate business. She got all the cards. Right now, Franklin has no cards other than kill you. And that's the Trump card. Pun intended. So she better get it together. He better get it together. They need to have a real sit down and figure out what they gonna do, because this whole month, week after week, month after month, we gonna figure out what we gonna do. We going separate ways, this, that, and the other. That's only gonna last but for so long. And I agree, Sweet Brown Sugar. You say she is still suspect. That's why this wouldn't work. Because you're making me, my head is going to run wild more and more that you do this. It's making me harder to trust you. It's making you more of a suspect in my mind, so you could keep bringing your ass to work and be a part of my real estate business. You can still spend my money and do all of this, but you don't want to come home now. You know, I don't understand this, and that would be driving me crazy if I was Franklin. And man, if I was Franklin, I would be having her followed. I would be having her followed. I would have one of Avi's men following her all the time, because it ain't something that's making any sense. Abundance, you say, are we ever going to see them banging in Little Rock? I mean, the one good thing about this wedding is that we did see the Little Rock connection at the wedding, although just showing them, we don't know what the hell. That was a major part of the storyline that we were looking forward to seeing this season. And to just now see them in episode 8, and I guess everything going good. They shopping on Rodeo Drive. It's called Rodeo, but they shopping on Rodeo Drive now and everything. But I think that they missed a major opportunity by not showing a lot of what was going on with Little Rock and focusing the story on that. That's the difference between this season and other seasons. I don't know about you all, but I was expecting to see the Little Rock connection unfold this season. And the business expanding with Louis and different things and drama that they was going through. And none of that took place. It was a time jump. So you telling me that it's been 2-3 year time jump and they ain't had no bumps on the road in Little Rock? I mean, how many of you all were expecting to see the Little Rock connection unfold this season? Put a 1 LR for Little Rock if you wanted to see that this season. Put a 2 LR if you didn't expect seeing anything to happen with Little Rock this season. Because I was waiting and I'm like, man, when is this going to happen? What is going on? I mean, that was a major mistake, in my opinion. I mean, I know they could say, well, who the hell am I? And that's fair. But, I mean, I thought that was like, I was excited to see how that go. And it seemed nobody cared to explore that. I mean, it looks like every single person over here wrote 1 LR. I mean, that's what everybody thought. You say, oh, Jannard High in this show too, John Tell Mason. Right. He keeps some get high. D Weave, huge missed opportunity on the Little Rock angle. I definitely think so. That could have just put so much action in this season. Could have probably made it one of the best seasons ever, because they would have been traveling back and forth. They could have had drama with Teddy. They could have had drama in Little Rock. They could have had drama between Louis and Franklin. I mean, it could have just had so much drama, so much action. I mean, it could have been dope. It could have been dope. People getting killed, people not getting killed. You wondering why, both ways, and everything in between. Instead, Leon done turned into Leocon X. We got Leocon X up in here. We got Franklin done turned into Franklin Trump. You know what I'm saying? What the hell done happened to everybody, man? You see what I'm saying? Louis done turned into the club. You know what I'm saying? Scene. Studio 54, West Coast edition. Jerome still followed the drip. That damn Jerry curl, legendary, man. He had a damn Jerry curl ponytail at the damn wedding. I just don't know, man. I just think they missed a lot of opportunities, man, and I would have liked to see that. I think it could have been dope. And I don't know. Anyway, Abundance say Buckley ran down on Kane in plain clothes. Yeah, I saw that. He had a badge on the keychain on the necklace, like they even do sometimes. And then we see for the previews of the next episode, the officer did get killed, so it ain't looking good. All right, let me give y'all my first reaction, Mosco, for this episode. And let's see. I mean, I don't know. But here go to Mosco. Let's see. I gotta use that. All right. First off, for those that are new, it's 4 categories. Each category, top score 25, which could give you a total score of 100. And you can always take the 0 off, and that'll give you a score of 1 to 10. I think this is a good rating system. All right. First category, visuals and cinematography. It did use good camera work. with how he was tweaking. The location at that nice house where they had the wedding was cool. Overall, it wasn't a bad visual experience, and I give it a 20, okay, for the visuals and cinematography for this episode. All right, next up, we got storyline and plot. This storyline and plot for this episode wasn't bad, but it was drawn out. It could have been better. I think they spent way too much time at the damn wedding. They could have moved the story along. I think by having Louis start off making that deal, I was like, oh yeah, this episode about to be fire. And then I watched the wedding singer all night. I'm like, what in the world? So I think they missed the opportunity, and I'm going to give it a 15 for storyline and plot. Special effects, makeup, costumes. I mean, everybody looked in the part for the time period. Louis with the wedding dress and Jerome and all of that was, on point. So I would give that a 20 for this episode. I mean, everything was on point. The special effects with him tweaking and different stuff. I mean, you could tell he was tweaking. So everything worked out with that. And then last, entertainment and fun factor. It wasn't that entertaining to me. It was better than the last episode, but the last episode was really boring to me. It was a big time filler. Was this the worst? No. It's been a low bar this season for Snowfall. I want to say a 15, and I think I'm going to stick with a 15 on this. So I give it a 15 for entertaining and fun factor, which brings this episode to a 70 on the MOORESCORE. All right, a 70. Now, I always give a 0.5 margin of error, so if somebody wants to say it was a 6.5, you're more than welcome to. If some people say a 7.5, I can see that as well. Anything above that or lower than that, I don't know. But I come up with a 70. What would you rate it? Of course, that's 70. You take off the 0, that's a 7 out of 10. So, I'm pretty proud of how I made that rating system up. It works. All right. So, I give it a 70 or a 7. Not the best, not the worst. Below average for Snowfall. That's for sure. So, we'll see. Armani said, so Alton is dead. We haven't seen the body. Yeah, Alton is dead. And this ain't like Power or other shows. We probably won't see the body. But Teddy wasn't going to walk out that room without him being dead. And Sissy wasn't going to be trying to set up Teddy to be killed without this man being dead. So I don't know. Tasha Pope, I was wondering why you didn't review last episode. Last week, I was very tired. I had a lot going on. It was my son's birthday that day. And after watching the episode and I was tired, I said, this is really weak. Ain't no need to even turn it on the computer for this one. Damn. I ain't had nothing good to say hardly on that last week episode. So, I try to be honest, but sometimes, people may not want to be hearing the honesty on that one. NBA fan gave it a 5 for this episode. Nicola's Plaything Jewelry, a 8. What's with them plaything jewelry playthings, huh? Okay. You gave it a 8. Wow. Damn. Okay. NBA fan said that was a generous 5. Cheryl Battle, 6.5. I hear that. Samara, a 6.5. Trey Carrillo, what's up, Jay? And Damson acting was on another level this episode. I'm not going to say it was on another level, but I will say he's a good actor. And Damson Idris has come a long way. And he can definitely, he has been holding the show up with his acting skills. And I think that he's ready for movies. I like this movie on Netflix with what you call it. And he was playing the robot. I thought that was a good movie. What's his name? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I think Damson Idris is a very good actor. But you only as good as the script you're given or you have to work with. And I think that this season is just not the best season of Snowfall. Danny Girl give it a 7. I mean, I gave it a 7. Brandon Beverly, you say, wow, y'all didn't like this one. I mean, a 7 is not bad. It's just not great. And you have conditioned your audience for damn near greatness. And now you come in with mediocrity or things that are just not bad. That's a letdown. So, you know, Shoney 12 gave it a 5.5. Damn, son, Shoney. D Weave 6.5. Pure comedy off the LSD trip. Armani say he went full Denzel tonight. All right, hold on. It ain't that damn good. He good, but he ain't. All right. I'm putting cases on all of you. 24-hour lockdown. Shoot program. That was my Denzel. Anthony Mackie. Yeah. It's called Beyond the Wire. That's the name of the movie on Netflix. I like that movie. That was a good movie. Moochie, what's up, Moochie? I like that movie. I think he's ready for movies. I think he's doing better than this type of show right now. He's definitely the best actor on the show. Armani, you say that movie was trash. I thought it was good. I mean, I'm not saying it's, you know, the new Terminator. I'll be back. NBA fan said the scene where he was talking to himself about ruining his younger self's life was next level. Yeah, that was dope. I mean, he's a good actor. I said they could have kept all the scenes with him tweaking, going back and forth in that house, cut out a lot of the extra stuff, and moved the story along. You know, I think that would have been better. So basically 30 minutes of wedding and him tweaking. See, another problem with this show is commercials, so you really don't get a full hour. You're getting about 44 minutes. So that's another problem. You can't waste too much time. You don't have a lot of time to tell your story. You're trying to tell an hour-long story in 44 minutes. So 30 minutes on that wedding is more than enough. And then they got 14 minutes to move the story along. So, I mean, I think that's what they should have did. But, again, that's my opinion. Kelly Lee, what's up, Kelly? You say, Jay, I hope this not going too far, but I think Damson should be the next Black Panther. Oh, I think I saw somebody else say that. You know what? That's actually very good take. I think he would do a great job as the next Black Panther. You know what? That is a great take right there. I think I saw somebody else type that as well. You all let me know, would Damson Idris do a great job as the next Black Panther in replace of I can't believe I can't remember his name right now that just passed away. Put a 1 BP if you think he would be a good job as the next Black Panther in Marvel. Put a 2 BP if you think he wouldn't. I can't believe I can't remember his name, man. What's the name of the guy that just passed away? Chadwick Boseman. I can't believe I couldn't remember that. I'm getting old, y'all. I think he would do a great job as the next Black Panther, actually. I think he's like almost a perfect fit. Similar look, similar body build, similar acting abilities. I mean, he can already talk in different accents because he's from England. You know, he's not from California. He's from England. I think he can do it. So far, we got one NBA fan said, no, Tracy Hicks. Armani said the villain, maybe. T-Stamp says Snowfall turning into The Shy with multiple unfinished storylines. Okay. You don't want to have a lot of multiple unfinished storylines, that's for sure. D. Renee, too soon, he's not ready. Okay. I think that Black Panther is not a difficult acting role for him right now. I think he could do it. It's not, I think like Jackie Robinson and some of the other movies that Chadwick did would be more difficult than Black Panther. But you know, you thought he could do Black Panther after that Anthony Mackie movie? It never crossed my mind, but after you say that, I can see that. And I wouldn't have a problem with that. I can see that. I feel that. And I respect that. I don't know. Armani say, I definitely want to see him in the MCU. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other role he would get other than Black Panther. I mean, they can always make some stuff. Speaking of the MCU, how many of you all wanted to see Morbius or went to see Morbius? It's in theaters. And how many of you saw Moon Knight? Moon Knight was good. Now that's Oscar Isaac. That's an acting class right there. Oscar Isaac is an A-list, talented, extremely talented actor. I mean, the TV show he did with Jessica Chastain, which Jessica Chastain is a damn super talented actress. I mean, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, oh man. And the show about them being married, with her and Oscar Isaac, oh wow. But yeah, that Moon Knight was really good. Abundance, you said y'all judging the season too soon. Let it finish first. It's like listening to 8 songs off an album and judging it. No, it's like listening to an album, the 8 songs out of 10. It's only 10 songs. We heard 8 of them. You can't say, well, you ain't heard the last 2 yet. I heard damn near every song. The show is almost over. It's only 2 episodes left. We've seen it all almost. These 2 episodes would have to be extremely good to salvage the rest of the season, man. If you have an album with only 10 songs and 8 of them are mediocre, how many people want to buy that album for 2 songs? Or would you rather just buy those 2 songs and leave the album alone? You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that. 8 out of 10 abundance, you pretty much saw everything. You pretty much heard it all. Now, if it was 20 songs, then you ain't even seen or heard half. If it was 20 episodes, I'd be like, you're right. We ain't even seen half the show yet. But it's 10 episodes. It's almost over. What are you talking about? So, D-Weave, Moon Knight is dope. Oscar Isaac is a wrecking shop. You ain't lying. Oscar Isaac is amazing as an actor. I mean, Oscar Isaac is extremely underrated. Oscar Isaac, wow. When I watch Oscar Isaac in movies or TV shows, I think, wow, acting is really hard. Wow, he is very good. And then it's some people I see and I think, man, acting is so easy. I could do better than this. And that's just how good Oscar Isaac is. Oscar Isaac is so good that I've been thinking to myself, I could never be an actor. Which, of course, you all know I do a little thing here and there. I ain't trying to toot my own flute. But when I see actors like Oscar Isaac, I think, wow, this dude is really good. Really good. And there's some people I see out there and I think, man, anybody could be an actor. This is nothing. So, you know, Oscar Isaac is dope. Dope. Moon Knight is really good. And that's not even one of his best projects. I mean, that's some stuff he did for money, I'm sure. But, of course, he's going to do his best and do a good job. So, you know. Abundance, you say you disagree this season's been solid. That's your opinion, and you're more than entitled to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy it, more power to you. Again, I never said it's been horrible. I just said it's not as good as the previous seasons, and it's different, and it's been a letdown because the bar was so high, and I don't think that they continued on the same level. You all let me know in the comments, do you agree with Abundance or do you agree with me? Do you think this season was solid? Put a 1SS if you think it's a solid season. Put a 2SS if this season is not that good to you compared to other seasons. If you're satisfied, that's great. I'm sure they're happy to hear that. But if you're unsatisfied, I'm sure that that's unfortunate. And maybe the next and final season will be their best. Again, I'm not trying to hate. I know people put a lot of work into making TV shows and film, and it's a lot of jobs and a lot of people and a lot of long hours. So I'm not trying to say that. All I'm saying is that once you make any art, whether it's music, actual artwork, film, TV, whatever, is left to the interpretation of those that are viewing your art. You may think you made the best song or the best beats, but if everybody think that it's not, then it's not. And that's just the way it goes. You may think you just made the next Mona Lisa, But if everybody else thinks that it's not, then it's not. And unfortunately, that's the way the world of art goes. It's left up to interpretation. Of course, some people may enjoy it and you know, have a great appreciation for it, and others may not. And that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. All right, Armani said it's been a solid season. Cheryl say no. Sweet Brown Sugar, no. TP, no. Detroit, no. D-Weave, no. Nisha, no. Trey, no. Nelwyn Andrews, no. It says pretty much majority of people don't think so. And in a way, that's kind of a good credit to Snowfall, that their work previously was so good that even if this is a solid season, which I would rate this season overall about a 7. It may have been higher had it not been for the other seasons being so good that in comparison, it's not as good. I mean, their work was so good. Even in Amari Hardwick's interview, someone asked him where would he compare Snowfall to Power. And he said, well, we had 6 seasons. I think they was only in their 4th season at the time of that interview. And he said, well, we'll see how they play off, because we were at a certain level and then we kind of had a dip. We'll see if they're able to continue on that same trajectory, or will they have a dip. It's not easy to maintain a standard of excellence. That's why people say the Michael Jordan of this or the Jordan of that, because he went 6 for 6. He maintained a standard of excellence that is rarely seen in life. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But I don't know, man. I hope that the final season, I know they're going to set it up to be a showdown between Franklin and Louis. They're probably going to have people dead or in jail. And I wish Snowfall was on HBO or Showtime or Stars or something where we could get that extra 15 minutes. You may think that ain't that much of a difference, but 15 minutes times 10 episodes, that's 150 minutes. That's 2 episodes. That's 2 episodes and a half. So we really only getting 7.5 episodes out of 10, because you're getting shorted 15 minutes an episode. You know what I'm saying? 15 times 10, 150 minutes, and 60 minutes, that's 120. So you're looking at 2.5 hours missing each season. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole season missing. Because if you got 5 seasons and you missing 2.5 episodes, then you looking at 15 episodes missing. So that's a lot missing right there. That's really only 4 seasons, 3.7 3.7 episodes, or seasons worth of episodes. So that's a lot of story that we missed because it's got commercials. So Armani says Snowfall is a superior show than Power. Okay. Showtime did turn it down, which was a mistake. HBO turned down The Walking Dead. Look at that. I mean, mistakes are made. You know, Chappelle's show got turned down by HBO. But here's the deal. How many of you all think that Snowfall is still better than the first Power? None of the spinoffs, just the first Power. OG Power with Ghost, Tommy, all of that. Put a 1. Better yet, you ain't even got to put a 1 or 2. Just put a S for Snowfall or put a P for Power. What do you think is better? Snowfall or Power? Definitely interested in seeing what you think on that one. That's a tough one, man. Man, I know we need to see this 6th season to really have a complete, even comparison. If you want to go the first 5 seasons against each other, that's fine. So if you want to go 5 on 5, I might go with... Wow, this is tough. Wow. That's a good one. That is a good one. Power started off very strong, and Snowfall kind of started off slow in the first season and picked up. Man, this is a good question. Let's see. Cam said Power, Abundance, Snowfall, Mel Lee, Snowfall, Armani, Snowfall. D Weave, you put a PS. Which one? Cam says season for season, Power. Armani said Power is trash. I wouldn't say Power is trash. TP, we love Power. Power on Stars gives it the edge. I'm with you, Cam. I'm really starting to think that too. The way that they were able to depict the love scenes. I mean, I didn't like seeing Damson Idris booty cheeks last season. I think they messed up killing Man Boy. You could tell they really need Man Boy this season. They really need Man Boy this season. Power is the dope opera. Right. I think I said that once before. I will say I'm going to give it to Power. The edge is to Power. The sex scenes, the violence, the everything by it being on Stars gives it the edge. Now, is Power a little kind of over the top with some of the stuff where it's not plausible? Yeah, you could say that. But it is entertaining, and it is better eye candy, whether it's, you know, the sex or the violence or all of it. It's just a better visual experience. What was making Snowfall so good is the storytelling was so accurate and real and compelling, and it doesn't have that same feel this season. It's just not very compelling to me as it once was. And I think they really missed the opportunity with the Little Rock storyline to keep it going and put it above Power. I think they'll definitely have to bring their Little Rock back next season, especially with Louie starting her own branch. Maybe she'll start having difficulties, because that's what I thought would have happened this season. She was going to be having difficulties trying to run the Little Rock connection, and realize it ain't as easy as we thought, as she thought. And you know, I thought that would have been what would have happened this season, but it didn't. So we'll see. D Weave, the gritty realism of LA in the 80s versus the intrigue of Flash of Power is hard. That's true. TP, we love 50. Armani, when is Bumpy coming back? I love me some Godfather of Harlem. That's kind of the perfect blend. It's got the gritty realism of the 60s, but it is a little flashy like Power. Yeah, that's dope. Detroit said, at Abundance, this season of Snowfall has been soap opera. You too much of a fanboy to see it. Okay. I ain't read all that before I started. Detroit, yo ass, man. Armani, Snowfall is more cerebral. Power is more mental fast food. I can see that. I agree. Don't forget to hit the like. We got 77 people up in the building right now. I appreciate all of y'all for stopping through. If you wanted to know what I gave this as a MOORESCORE rating, I gave it a 70, which you can round it to a 7, and that's a 7 out of 10. I always give a 0.5 margin for discretion. So if you gave it a 6.5 up to a 7.5, I can see where you came from with that. All right. So, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate it. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those good places. Twitch. I will be live tomorrow with the members. So I definitely appreciate all the channel members. I do my members live tomorrow. So check me out. And also, you can check out some of the new merch that I got available for people to check out. I'm going to post the link right now in the comments. And you can check it on out. And I got a code for you to use. You can type in free ship. And you can get free shipping on your order. I think it's a couple little items in there that should, relate to everybody. I hope so. And I rearranged a few things so that it shouldn't be that difficult to find. Let's see. Don't forget to type in free ship so that you can get the free shipping. And let me show you couple things right quick before we get up out of here. Let's see. How do I do this? There we go. So, you can see, got the Rojas Get the Product t-shirt, the coffee mug, wine tumbler. It don't even have the other stuff I got on here. I got the Proud Black Father t-shirts on here, as well as the Booger Bear Free Zone. So, if you don't want to, have none of that drama, you let people know in a funny way, it's a Booger Bear Free Zone. You need to back up out of here, because I ain't the one for that. Anyway, if you apply a proud black father like myself, you can get the shirt. Check it out. Definitely appreciate it. I've been working with a good artist, and they've been coming through with bringing my ideas to life. So I definitely appreciate it. All right. So, check it on out. Friday, I will do another Cash App giveaway. It's either a Cash App giveaway or maybe a product giveaway, or who knows, we may do another Discord giveaway. All right, so it will be another giveaway Friday and Saturday, because Power will be back, and so I will be live at 2 a.m. to give my first reaction live for Power episode 9. So make sure you all check it out. And I appreciate everybody for watching. And I hope everybody had a good evening. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Everybody have a good night. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Everybody take it easy. Have a good one. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for the members. And everybody else, I'll see y'all on Friday. And also, I'll send you this link right here if you want to join the membership and be able to talk with everybody behind the scenes and, you know, chat with me and all of that good stuff. Go ahead, join the channel membership, and of course, be a Tommy Egan level or higher. Make sure you check out all the benefits before you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Everybody have a good evening. Peace, and I'm out of here. Deuces.
It's J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'